So, March No Machine just came out on Arena, and I've, as you can see, been saving up a little bit of gold. So, let's do this. I'm gonna buy just absolute shit ton of packs. Get the free Omnat, which is cool. We're gonna open all these. It's it's gonna be a good time. I love getting all the fucking golden packs too. Let's see, why not? Just because I can. One mythic pack. Alright, so I got 6 gold packs, 63 regular packs. Starting off with a Phyrexian Shark. Okay, not bad. I love my dinosaurs. This is the worst one in the set, and it's completely useless, but I still love my dinosaurs. Princess All, really good card. Love the Mystical Archive artworks. Super cool, especially because in Arena, if you just pull them, you just get the art style. And you just have that to play with. So, I don't know if there's any of the cards that are in Standard that I'd be using, but hey, Yargle and Moltani! I love, love, love this card. It is the best meme that is also rather playable and does a lot. And I am absolutely in love with the battles. The battle mechanic is so cool. I don't think it's that good in standard, at least not right now, but it's still just such a fun mechanic. Look at that. Look at that artwork. But yeah, this is cool for plus ones. Friend Rainy and I we're theory crafting a plus one deck for this set because it looks like it'll be pretty good. Pretty cool. And the first mythic, Ren Realmbreaker. Not fucking bad. I'm loving this because if nothing else, this could be good for standard dealing with all the black removal. This cool too. I like anything that, as I said, I like battles. I like anything that's gonna interact with them. So, wild card, can never complain about those. You know, stacking up. I gotta save up for when the Ixalan set comes out at the end of the year because I need to make dinosaurs in standard and merfolk, assuming both will get enough support to be real decks. That's fucking cool. So it looks like maybe you get one multiverse art pack because I'm getting them pretty consistently. No complaints from me. Knight. Knights might be a decent deck, so I'm for those. Let's see. Another demigod. Oh, this thing. This thing's cool. If you haven't seen it, you play Yargle and Multani, then next turn you play this thing, you give back up 2 to Yargle and Multani, it becomes a 20 power creature, then you just pay 1, have it sacrifice, and deal 20 to somebody. So you just burn the absolute shit out of them. It's great. A lot of random draft stuff. Kind of seeing some of the stuff I want, I don't know. I might make Phyrexian Tribal if that's good, so seeing some of those cards would be cool. I would be all for seeing any of the dinosaurs. Okay, Jingataxis, not bad. One thing about this set is a lot of the legendary creatures definitely aren't amazing for standard, but for commander, they will be great. Sweet, another battle. It's so weird that the battles are horizontal for some reason. I don't know why they did that. Sunfall, pretty good. Board wipe, 1 cheaper than Farewell if you want just creatures, and then you get the incubator token. It can be pretty big, depending on how many things you get rid of. Multiverse art, some night stuff. The lands, that's like the one thing about this set. There's not really any interesting lands. It's just basics and the inner tap gain of life duels. So can't really say I care. Oh, Ozlith, there we go. There's one of the good plus one cards. Absolutely. Loving it. The big dragon. Getting a lot of invasions, a lot of battles, which I love. Maybe I'll make like a Gruul deck or something. Uh, yeah, I don't care about you. Look at that beautiful dinosaur. It's kind of funny just because it's an ape dinosaur turtle because it has Kogla, the King Kong thing from Ikoria, and then the big turtle that did cycling stuff in Ikoria. Doesn't cycle, but it's still definitely pretty cool. Ooh, a Phyrexian, let's see. Swimming. Yeah, I mean, not bad. When it dies, get an incubate token that's as big as his power, so it'll be at least incubate 3. And you could sacrifice Phyrexians to put stuff on it. So if nothing else, if your Phyrexians, others are going to die anyways. You can just sacrifice them to make this big. I don't know if there's any that really do anything when sacrificed. I don't know if that ability is really that useful most of the time, but yeah. Halo Hopper. Flying guy, he's okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool that you could convoke 2 creatures, you know, bring him out for 2 cost, and then both things you convoked get flying to counter. So, I mean, really, I can't complain. Hey, another dinosaur. This is what I'm actually talking about. If I was going to make a Gruul battle deck, he's really good at it just since, I mean, every creature that not every creature, oh, it's just target creature, okay. Still, 3/3 tramplates to get good on battles and gives a +1 to something that's attacking battle. Not bad. Strong Angel. It's a pretty cool artwork. I like the stained glass starts that they have been doing. The ones in Dominaria United were really cool. Hey, the sword. Protection from blue and black. Can't complain about that. Look at all these invasions. The fucking elephants. These are also cool, the like Kaldheim kind of art styles, the like Nordic Viking-esque things. Big dragon. Crimson Sphere. I mean, it's just like, it's a card. It might have some use. Nothing else, make things a bit bigger in haste. And a more draft, though. Then, hey, this is good. This is an interesting card that I've, kind of been looking at. I don't know if I would run it in Soldiers, because I play Azorius Soldiers in Standard a lot. Forecast is kind of high, and especially because, Shieldred's Edict exists, so it's not necessarily going to stay around for a super long time, because there is decent removal. But, I mean, it is a good way against some decks that don't put out a lot of creatures to, try to be every turn getting your creature so your hand doesn't run out, and the Lifelink's nice. Also, the other ability, giving something flying, putting +1s on it. You could make something like, Thalia big, let it swing in first strike flying. That becomes pretty difficult to deal with. If you give it to Myral, make it to where she's not as likely to die swinging. Yeah, that dog's cool. It's pretty cool. Liking that artwork. I don't know where that one's from, that artwork, but I definitely am liking it. And I will never complain about seeing more cool artwork for the Ikoria cards. Chandra Planeswalker, not bad. Getting some decent pulls so far. Not everything I wanted, but that's okay. Not to mention it's Arena, so more it's just about building up as many wild as possible. Just craft the deck from there. Tribute to the World Tree. That is another one that could be good in a +1 kind of deck. Just because then if you're playing big creatures, you're drawing, so you're keeping your hand renewed. And then with stuff like if you're playing, oh god, I forget what it's called, the little 1/1 guy from Phyrexia that you put oil counters on every time you cast a creature. It's bigger than it. Because then I mean, you're playing 1/1 for 1, except now it's going to enter as a 3/3 for 1 cost, so that's pretty good. Or you can even play, 2 costs, and they enter as. Or you can play something with 2 power, now it enters with 4, which is really a good way to make your weaker card just start something stronger. Agent of Theros. Yeah, okay. This, again, decent. I mean, trample, keep your hand getting bigger, and because of the backup, put on something big when it enters to, kind of guarantee that you're going to get a card. And since you can deal the combat damage to a battle, that's always nice. You'll hear me say that a lot. I love the battle mechanic. Having not even played with it yet, it's delightful. Their Thalia artwork, honestly, you know what? I can't complain because I might play that Thalia artwork in my soldier deck. Just to have, slightly different one. This doesn't really matter, but I can play it in my Rat Colony Commander deck if I want, just to be annoying. Make people discard. Maybe even, bring it back just to kill it again. Another Kogla and Yadaro. Not really that good for standard. Not sure I'll play it in anything, but I'm loving it for Commander. Dinosaur's got several good things in this set. No Galta and Maverin yet, so far. That's what I really want to see. Asian Zendikar, love it. Oh yeah, it's okay. Cool. Yeah, give me them. Give me them rare wilds. Invasion of Fiora. Board wipe. Yeah, this card could be really annoying. Just because the fact that they can select, legendaries, non-legendaries, it means, especially in a deck that's not running a lot of legendaries, or if you just don't see them, if you're playing against black, they'll just do only non-legendaries and they'll keep Shieldred while they board wipe you. That's definitely a pain. Eh, like, like this. It's okay. I mean, the front is really similar to the one effect that Brotherhood's End uses, but it costs one more, so I mean, yeah, you have the battle. If you can flip it, it's nice, but otherwise, it's just worse. Those are really cool artworks, too. You can get that for Ragavan and stuff, which has already been in Historic, by the way. Given that crazy format they decided it was too much for. Says a lot, because Historic kind of gets away with a lot of things. Another Gargoyle and Multani. The Dinosaur Hippo. Such a funny companion. Ikoria did so many cool things. So many, like, just weird and fun combinations. Yeah, if only. That's a card that, like, for +1 seems kind of nice, but I mean, paying 4 just to put 1 on everything, really expensive. It's the one thing about a lot of the battles, especially the worst ones. They're usually just more expensive than a card that does the same thing. So you have to flip the battle, or else they're just not worth it. Vision of Ikoria is a cool card, though, especially the back. Hey, Daxos. Have a nice art. Their Sunfall. Ooh, Invasion of Cold Time. That's definitely an interesting thing, just because you exile your hand, then draw that many, and then yeah, you can play your exiled cards. So in theory, it gives you a lot more cards to play with. The thing is, since it does cost 4, unless it's late, especially in like mono red, that's not going to have a huge amount of mana most of the time because you're not going to play that many lands, and you'd rather just win. It's kind of meh, just because odds are you're gonna play. Odds are when you play this, it's gonna cost your entire. It's gonna cost all your mana or very close to. So you're kind of giving things up for a turn. Now, if you get better, I mean, if you survive the turn, yeah, you'll have a lot of cards, but eh, I don't know that it's necessarily better than Rent's Resolve because it costs so much, and because it only does as many as you have in your hand. You have to have a big hand. It doesn't refresh your hand unless you already have a lot of cards. Discard. Discard's cool. Like, this is probably the best incubator support if you really wanted to focus on that, just because, yeah, it's expensive, but I mean, you can pay it. You can play it for just the 1 white if you don't want to incubate at all, and you're just wanting to transform other tokens. But if not, I mean, you can make your incubate center if you can have it, create a lot of incubates, since it incubates X 3 times. Glad that Essica got a team up. Cat Chariot is just too funny, especially now that they're on Rainbow Road. Into the Fire is an interesting card. I like it just because it's another one that's similar to Brotherhood's End. It's same cost at 3, but only deals 2 damage. The nice thing is it does deal damage to battles. So if you're wanting to, get battles down, that's good. And then also, yeah, it has the kind of cycling ability. And since it does that many +1, it's nice that you don't go negative for it. I don't know if it'll see a lot of play, but it's definitely a cool card. I find it funny that Jenga Taxis is on the pack art instead of Elish Norn, but Arrington Giada. It's interesting that a lot of the like really recent creatures got team ups. I'm really sad that there was never a Merfolk with a team up. I thought that would have been really cool, like a Merfolk pirate or something. Yeah, this, by the way, is a funny card. I don't think that it's really that useful, but it does replace itself with drawing, which is good. And the remove 5 counters means you can remove 5 from a battle. So a lot of battles that will, immediately transform it, and the others that it doesn't will only have a couple counters on it. Like this. It's not bad. Like, if you can flip it, I mean, that's pretty good. But it does cost 5, and you'd want to have good few. It's a That's the thing about a lot of the battles. They just seem so much better for like Commander than they do for Standard. It's kind of the weird thing about this set. A lot of this set feels better for Commander and others than it does for Standard. I'm really unsure what effect this set will have. Like, there'll definitely be some. I think Phyrexian Tribe will be a deck in some ways. I think Knights, maybe not now, but once we get next set, Eldraine, if we get a lot of good Knights to go with it, that might make Knight Tribal a thing between those two sets. I don't know. Here we go. Speaking of Phyrexian Tribal, there's the word for it. Definitely fucking solid. I mean, giving all your Phyrexians menace when on the turn ends. If nothing else, this is just a really good. I'm gonna kill you now because you have your Phyrexians out. You drop this. Now your opponent is having a lot harder time blocking you out, and then everything's bigger. Also, its Grave effect is pretty good because Since it sacrifices an artifact, if nothing else, you just sacrifice one of your incubate tokens that you haven't made a creature yet, so that's pretty good. Yeah, there's original Yargle. Another Invasion of Fiora. Invasion of Tarkir, that's... Invasion of Tarkir is interesting. If we had dragons as a deck in Standard, it would be amazing for them. But I looked through the set of dragons, and it's so meh. It's like, yeah, it's great, two cost. If you reveal even two cost deal four is pretty good. I mean, that's pretty normal at sorcery speed. And then any more, three, four, five, you can get more damage than you normally would. Also, this can damage battles, which is really nice. And then, when you flip, it's a great way in Dragon Trouble to just kill people. Having all your dragon, stealing all this extra damage and stuff. Okay, those are the regular packs. Let's do our one mythic pack just for fun. Invasion of Ravnica. The generic. This card's so weird. It's so funny that I get it because Ravnica is the plane of the dual colors. All the guilds, everything. But it's kind of funny that paying 5 costs and then it can't remove a lot of even really weak dual colored things. The back's kind of cool. It's like 2 card trouble. It's kind of like Omnath, except for 2 instead of 3. But you really can't rely on the backs. So, meh. Okay, golden packs gives all rares, and I believe 1 mythic. I think 2 of the rares have to be from Marks and Machine, 3 will be from other sets. Oh yeah, Jinnie Fay, by the way, super interesting card with a lot of things in this set. Like, you could have all your incubate stuff if you wanted to just enter as a creature immediately. You could do that. Or just a lot of other things that create a creature. You just have them enter something better than what they were. Taking an adversary. That's cool, but whatever. I don't really care about it. I mean, Innistrad cards, if I need them, I already have them. Otherwise, they're just going to cycle soon, so they won't be in standard. That's an interesting... Pylon's interesting. It could be really useful if you have things you can vote for, because then, if you convoke 2, it's the same cost as, like, Go for the Throat, that kind of stuff, but, you're getting the Surveil too, which is really good, but you also need the stuff to convoke. Hey, Thalion the Gitrog Monster! I love the team-up cards so much, they're all so funny. Jesus. Like, another Graft Butcher. The fact that I've never had a Celestis until now is kind of funny. I love Timeless Lotus. Again, you can get more than one mythic. You're just, I think, guaranteed the 1 mythic. There's the new Vorinclex. This Vorinclex really, honestly, kind of disappoints me. Like, it's alright. I mean, 5, 5 costs. You get Trample Reach for 6/6, and you get 2 free forests. But just compared to some of the others, it's not like some of the others were a great commander, or if you see them in the 99, they're really cool, do things cool with tokens, that kind of stuff. But that one's just so meh. Yeah, again, there too. Sanctuary Warren and that. So many cards I don't care about. This card's kind of cool for like milling. If you were playing a mill deck, mill your opponent and get to put a bunch of their lands on your battlefield. But it's so expensive. Okay, last pack. Oh, hey, tomato. Yeah, so I guess getting 2 mythics is pretty common. Or just got really lucky. Invasion of Innistrad. The 13s are so funny, and this is one of the few battles that does have flash. So I mean, it is instant speed, which is cool. And if you flip it, I mean, it is kind of nice. You get the two tokens and stuff. It's just, eh. That's the one thing that kind of disappoints me about some of the battles. Some of them's not that good. A lot of them I do wish were just better. Well, let's see. After all of that, I'm up to 29 rare wilds and 33 mythics. So I'm gonna, I might have some. I'm gonna play a lot of new decks. So yeah, there's kind of everything I opened. With all that, been saving up past close to 2 months. I didn't really buy that many Phyrexial Obi-Wan packs. Kind of just didn't care as much. Had the wilds I needed, and I wanted to save up for Marcel Machine because that seemed like a more interesting set to open. So we'll get Aftermath in about a month, which will give us the Okay, so that's how it works. I guess I have one of this art and four of this. I don't just like, you know, unlock full playset of this art, sadly. I think yeah, if I could play one Thalia. It's it's a bit unfortunate, but that's okay. So yeah, there's all my great, pack opening to start Martial Machines. I think it will be a decently fun format. I think it does a lot more for Commander than it does for Standard. Although, I don't know. It might affect Standard, it's just a lot of the cards are. Between the battles and a lot of the legendary creatures, a lot of the cards are just really expensive to a degree that in Standard isn't necessarily all that good or playable. Well, anyways, here's just, some of the stuff in the shop, and thanks for watching. Bye now.